This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 911. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast since 1999. With me this week, we have Chris. I went with you first.
I'm first in the introductions, but I'm going to be dead last for something else we'll talk about later in the show.
Okay. Matt.
Hello.
Rob.
But thank you.
Hello.
Don.
Hi.
Hi. John and Diecast are out for Thanksgiving. Actually, Diecast is stuck at work, but I'm trying to be nice. Sorry, Diecast. Hey, we are less than a month away from Christmas. There are many kids out there who will not get anything for Christmas unless you or someone like you drops a toy in a donation box. It doesn't cost much. Pick up something on clearance from Ross, from Ollie's. Ollie's makes it easy. Ollie's has like a donation box right in the store. Pick up some toys, drop them in a donation box, help out a kid. It's really simple. It's really important to me.
At this point, there's about 2 weeks left before the drop-off locations start packing up so the stuff can be sorted and distributed out to where it needs to go. So we're getting down to the wire here. So anything you've got building up, or if you need to go do your shopping, it's time to go and get that rolling now so that you don't miss the window.
Absolutely. For those of you watching video, you'll see in the background, I have the Elf on a Shelf Warmer tree with toys underneath it that have been donated. Rob sent a nice donation this week. Rob, thank you.
My pleasure.
If you don't have a place or you're unable to go to a toy drop box, if you go to tfradio.net/elf, we have a handy dandy Amazon wish list with inexpensive toys for kids of all ages, boys, girls, that you can pick up something there. It'll come to me and I'll drop it in a box for you, and we draw no referral fees for that. So, but when you pick up a toy, put it in the drop box, take a photo, and on the internets, on social medias, do hashtag Elf on a Shelf Warmer. If I see it, I'll reshare it. We would appreciate that. I think next week I'm going to do my really deep, sad, like, go for the
big push.
Big push. I've got to feel that one out though. I have to go deep, all the childhood trauma and all the stuff with my time working in children's homes and such. So I want to go for the gusto next week. But yeah, pick up a toy, drop it in a box. Okay. So Hasbro will no longer be dropping money in the movie box, it looks like. So they'll no longer finance movies based on their brands. They plan to focus on the gaming business instead. So this was reported by what, Bloomberg or Forbes, one or the other?
Bloomberg, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw this posted elsewhere, but it was written like a blog or an opinion piece. So I couldn't tell what the source was. Then Chris put this in the show notes. I didn't know that Hasbro really invested any of their money into the films. I figured that it would be a licensing deal and money would come their way. I know that, they when it comes to like a Paramount movie or something like that, they did have Entertainment One, which of course was them investing money in. But like post Entertainment One, I figured it was all a one-way licensing deal. I didn't think that they were still investing money in. Like, what's the point of divesting yourself from Entertainment One if you're still throwing money into whatever?
I mean, I guess there is a functional difference between owning a production company and co-financing somebody else's company's production of your stuff, because at the end of the day, you're not having to deal with all the fiddly business of owning a production company when the movie's done.
Yeah, but like if you have to dump money in it yourself, like how confident are you that it's? I mean, like if you can't get funding for it, like why even do it?
I think with the Entertainment One sale, it was also about getting rid of some stuff that they had no intention of using.
Yeah, there was a lot of that too. The Entertainment One. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have a feeling that one of the reasons that they are co-investors in these things is probably to maintain a certain degree of control.
I think so.
That makes sense.
Because, if we think back to the original pitch for the 2007 Transformers movie, the robots were originally supposed to be even more abstract, pointy insectoid things that never spoke. And Hasbro said no.
So somebody wanted to make District 9 but call it Transformers.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I guess one reason they might invest their money into it, because they do see this not just as a licensing deal, but as an opportunity to make a return on the investment through selling toys.
Yeah.
But that hasn't really been like a huge success for them in the last.
Not since 2007.
What about Revenge of the Fallen? Didn't they do quite well with toys for?
They way
Revenge
overproduced them.
Revenge of the Fallen did really well for box office. It probably did okay for toys. Like, realistically, Revenge of the Fallen probably did similar sales numbers to the 2007 movie line. The problem is there was 5 times probably as much product produced, both in just volume of individual items and also multiplication of the different kinds of items that there were. Like, Revenge of the Fallen was such a huger toy line than the 2007 movie. Like, there is no way that was not going to do exactly what it did, which was look like it wasn't selling, even though it probably was.
Yeah. And like Dark of the Moon, like
that contracted a lot in terms of the toy line.
A lot, yeah.
And it still looked like it wasn't selling.
So they're focusing on their gaming business. Are we talking like Dungeons and Dragons? Are we talking or Magic? Or are we talking like the video games?
Yes, both.
Both, okay.
Chris Cox, is a big. He came up through Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Like that side of the business is really important to him, but he's also seeing the value of video games as a place to focus, because kids don't buy toys.
That's true, but they don't buy Hasbro games either for the most part, right?
Probably not.
Like,
a lot of what, as far as I can tell, a lot of why Chris Cox is interested in video games is because Baldur's Gate 3 was such an enormous success that they were not quite expecting.
Who published Baldur's Gate 3? Did they? It was licensed, was it not?
I don't remember what studio, but it was not Hasbro or Wizards that published it.
Yeah.
It was a different studio that
like Wizards wouldn't publish it. It'd be Hasbro Interactive or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't.
But nobody under their umbrella published it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to address this real quick. I'm sorry, Don. Manny Kara said, didn't the failure of Transformers 3 is what led to the 2012 War for Cybertron toys being so much lesser? I'm paraphrasing a little bit. No, it wasn't that. It was that was a response to the economic downturn that happened in 2010, 2011. They overcorrected, assuming that the financial situation was going to stay much worse, much longer, and that's why the toys were so much lesser than what had come immediately before them, and why they rebounded up from there pretty quickly.
It was developed and published by Larian Studios, who I have never heard of. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the Manny Kara thing, tfradio.net/Discord.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
Thank you.
I was also going to say, didn't they also make an announcement not too long ago where they were going to start heavily investing in AI? So they're going to be trying to get.
I mean, probably for their business.
Yeah. Well,
they're definitely talking about that for like the Wizards of the Coast side of things.
Yeah. So they're. And we've already seen some AI artwork showing up in some of the Magic periodicals and stuff. So they're maybe trying to get blood from the stone on that.
I mean, that's literally what they're trying to do. They're trying to not go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're desperately trying not to like completely, collapse. Go ahead, Chris.
In a functional sense, the not financing or investing in movies thing, what that's going to come down to is Hasbro is almost certainly not going to initiate movie projects anymore. They're going to gladly license their brands and stuff
for
to
anything
studios that want to make movies based on them. But like Transformers 2, probably we're not going to see that unless, Studio B decides, okay, we want to try to make the sequel to this because it was well received and maybe we can market it and, get something out of it this time.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, so I don't think that there's anything really new here other than the fact, like, this is a theme we've been talking about for years. Toys are not really sustainable not the way that, not given the supply chain now, not given like just economics. They need to make their money somewhere else. Brian Goldner wanted to do it with movies. If he hadn't died, they would probably still be more in the entertainment business. Chris Cox, not a fan of that. He's more interested in gaming, but neither of them felt that injection molded plastic was necessarily their future, and it looks like that's playing out.
Aaron Archer told us the exact same thing in 2013. Like, Aaron Archer was smart to move out of that industry when he did, basically.
Yeah. And they'll keep trying to transform or convert. They'll keep trying to convert until they figure out, what the formula is, or until they go out of business and have to sell off their assets. And not great either way. Okay. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime package variant that just popped up. So, what do we know about this?
Pretty much it is pretty much what it says on the tin. So this popped up literally like minutes before showtime. This is I'm not sure if this is a slip cover for a regular Studio Series 86 Optimus box or if it's a complete new outer box. It looks like it has the same background insert in it that the regular version of the toy came with. But as far as we can work out, this is just Studio Series 86 Optimus as it's already been released in special packaging, and it's going to come with a sticker sheet, which adds toy details like some of the detailing we can see on the knees. The white stripes around the biceps seem to be part of that sticker set, and yellow eyes. There's also cel-shaded sticker applications for the chest windows, which is not itself strictly a toy-based detail, but it's in there if, that's something you're interested in. The theory is that this might be something made for Cybertron Con, which is going to be happening in China later this, there's not much later this month, in December, I think. It's coming up very soon. So this might be one of the at-show premiums for that.
So if I wanted to get this, especially being a convention exclusive, I'm probably looking at $150, if I had to guess.
If you can find someone who is, obtaining and reselling.
While it was Japan,
check Taobao for you.
Yeah, while it was Japan and not China, like that Sentinel Prime popped up pretty quick for like a little more than like what retail would be. So hopefully it won't be so bad.
And Starscream Super Mode too, because nobody really had that much of a problem getting those.
I said when we were talking about this in pre-show, I'm not buying this. Now here I'm playing out in my head how I'm going to get it.
I mean, it's good for the purposes of conversation because it's cool looking from the pictures that we have of this example right now. It's not something I feel like I need because, again, we're back to the MP44S or MP44 Plus problem where, super cartoon design, the toy details don't exactly look right on it. At the same time, it's hard to say no to an Optimus Prime with yellow eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that it had amber-colored chest window stickers.
I like that.
Yeah, to match the original toy. I feel like that might help with the mismatch of styles a little bit more if it was uniformly toy colors all the way up and down.
I like that idea though.
Yeah.
I hope if we get see a picture of the sticker sheet, it includes a thrust picture for the grill.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if not, Toy Hacks does have you covered on that if you want to apply literally 25 little teeny tiny sticker strips.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how they're doing it?
Yeah, it's little pieces so that it doesn't fold over the ridges on the grill.
Oh wow.
The ridge grill structure, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's little strips that go in the recesses on the truck cab grill.
Okay. Hey, so Mark from Hasbro posted photos of Age of the Primes Megatronus, and I want it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen much of Age of the Primes so far. Technically, we're only supposed to have seen this toy, and the other ones are, sneaky, back of the pants leaks. But this is by far the thing I'm most excited for from what I've seen of next year's line so far. Like this just looks so good.
Yeah, it does. So what's is it a pre-tool of anything?
I mean, I think that they can totally get a Studio Series 86 Megatron out of the engineering, because the engineering is just an upscale of Siege Megatron, basically.
Yeah, the robot mode to me, maybe it's just my Armada bias, but the robot mode to me kind of looks like Jetfire, sort of.
I want to say that one of the designers said it's like they have nothing else planned for the mold right now. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
Evan said that in response to someone's direct message on Instagram, and my view on that is Evan is being very like strategic in his wording, and there is a distinct difference between what the person asked in the question and the actual idea behind it. Don's been trying to talk.
Just wait, hold on. Just obviously, the vehicle mode is not Jetfire, but to me, the robot mode kind of looks like Jetfire. Go ahead, Don.
No, I was gonna say I got into a discussion with 60 on Twitter about this, and when this first came up, you and I had talked about it, Chris, for briefly, and I mentioned that conversation to 60, and he said he has talked to designers, and he said emphatically, this is not 86 Megatron.
Okay.
And sure. as well connected as well known as he is in the fandom, I'm more than willing to take him at his word that this is definitely, from what he told me, no way this is not 86 Megatron.
I mean, even setting aside someone's connections between fandom and the official side, like our Transformers team is pretty open about talking to people in the fan community, and 60 probably would know how to ask the right kinds of questions to make sure to get an accurate answer about it. Like, I can look at this and totally see, like, they could do a ruckus level partial on this and get a perfectly good Megatron out of it. I would be just as happy to not have Studio Series 86 Megatron essentially be an upsize of Siege Megatron by having the same damn engineering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I will lose no skin in the race if I'm completely wrong about this this assertion.
Yeah.
I mean, it made a lot of sense when we saw this, because I figured they've already made the Legacy Megatron Galvatron toys. They wouldn't be making another tank, but now they're making another tank.
Yeah.
So thanks for the tanks, I guess.
So in our Discord, both Shouta,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
It takes a lot. So both Shouta and Blade Raider are saying what I was already thinking. Shouta is like, it could be an IDW Megatron.
Yeah.
Or Blade is like, so it's an Age of the Primes Megatron that hasn't leaked yet. Which is honestly what I think it is. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to just bucket the next two items together. So we have more photos of Age of the Primes Prima, one without a head, and then a photo of the head.
So the one without the head is probably in the intended plastic colors. It's at least not all mustard and earwax now.
Hey.
Yeah, that's baby steps.
Yeah.
The copy that actually has the robot head attached this time, though, is still the earwax model. And surprise, it looks basically like Prima did in the one appearance in Five Faces of Darkness.
Well, the head does, the body doesn't.
Well, that's what I mean. The robot head looks like Prima from Five Faces of Darkness from that one brief moment when he was dying, I think.
I'm just having a little bit of trouble with this. I said this on Blue Sky the other day, just like, it looks good. It's a decent figure. I'm not sure just what percentage there actually is in doing decent, figures of the Primes, because it's just like, okay, here is Prima, original wielder of the Star Saber, one of the 13 Primes, essentially a demigod. He turns into a mid-sized six-wheeled minivan.
Yeah.
It's like low rent, the Silmarillion kind of is kind of what this is. It feels like.
Yeah, like if they were doing toys
Which I could never get through.
of the background models from Five Faces of Darkness, I'd be all about that. But
but yeah, this is basically the version from the I want to say Align Continuity with a Sunbow head, which I have a feeling it's not
it's doing nothing for me.
Yeah,
it's not. I have a feeling it's going to end up appealing to not much of anybody.
It'll appeal to the buyers at Ollie's and Ross.
And I'll get them there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I would get this at like Ollie's prices because I just like I understand what the idea is, what they're going for, but just it isn't doing anything for me. Like I don't think I'm as disinterested in the idea of the 13 primes as say Matt is, and I completely relate to that disinterest. But like, yeah, there's like the Fallen appeals to me because I really just liked the idea of
Good
the Fallen
design.
as presented in the Dreamwave comics.
And it looks awesome.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, the toy looks awesome, but like that helps a lot. Yeah, if this Prima looked more interesting, I'd probably at least be willing to consider the Ollie's angle for it. But like, we haven't had a toy of the Fallen since the Titanium's line that has represented Dreamwave's The Fallen, where he was so evil and hated and corrupted that they struck the very memory of his existence from, all history and living memory, and like he's literally on fire with the chaos of Unicron. Like it's such a almost satirically overdone concept, but I kind of love it. And this toy just like does everything it can to embody that, and I kind of love that it exists for that. And it just looks like a good toy. It's nothing to do with that as a 13 prime. It's that idea in a toy, and I want it.
Yeah, I want it bad.
Yeah, the Fallen is a figure of an extremely metal concept,
Yeah.
and Prima is a toy of a trivia question.
But it's a trivia question that I love. Like I should want it, but like I mean I'll get it. I'm sure that I will get it. But I don't
love that. I love that summation, Rob. That's so perfect.
It's perfect, yeah. It's perfect. Like I'm not getting every single generation's figure anymore. I'm not getting certainly every single repaint or retool, but like it's an original quote character. It's new. I'm gonna get it, but I'm not
You're
gonna
going to
love
be
it.
disappointed by it.
I'll be disappointed by it. Yeah. But
You read it, Don.
Even for people like us that are the collectors of the line, we at least have some idea who the Fallen is, and we can appreciate knowing where his place in history is, no matter how slight it might be in the overall scheme of things. Prima is literally had very little of anything done that wasn't in the book, in that one book.
Mm-hmm.
And so no one, even the collector level people like us, have a frame of reference as to who, other than just a basic one line blurb on who she is. And that does not
Yeah.
help sell a character when you have no connection to where she lies in the fiction other than in the distant past.
yeah, like I want to come up with an argument saying that before there was a Transformers TV series and people were reading the comic, people were excited about like new Transformers because they look cool, or because of the story on the tech spec. But Transformers as toys were generally a new idea back then, and we've had them for decades now. So yeah, like why would somebody want this other than middle-aged people who've been collecting Transformers for 40 years, which is again the primary audience for Transformers.
I mean, the figure may actually do something transform super cool or unique, or have a great silhouette, or have a great alt mode. It may just have
It turns
that.
into a minivan, Don.
And I'm just saying, it may do something enough to spark our interest, but without anything else to do that, the toy's doing all the heavy lifting.
Well, I mean, fortunately, a six-wheeled, 12-million-year-old minivan is great for hauling stuff around, so it can probably handle some heavy lifting.
That's true. So
Does that make her a soccer mom?
yeah, I guess.
Prima is a he, Don.
Yeah, Prime is a he.
I thought that was a. Am I thinking of Solus Prime? That was
Yeah,
the.
you're thinking
Yes,
of
you
Solus
are.
Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, got my Primes mixed up.
So, is Prima a pre-tool for something like a new Snowcat, perhaps?
I don't know. Like, we were looking for a Snowcat to come out of Siege Ironhide, and that never happened. So, like,
And it really should have.
It should
should
have.
have.
We're due. Okay. Let's see. What else is going on? So that Red Alert from Armada that we saw last week, the like half size Voyager toy, we have it now this week without the head.
Hooray!
In
the
robot mode. We hadn't
mode.
seen the robot mode before.
Yeah, in the mustard color.
But I mean, we know what Armada Red Alert's
Yeah.
head looks like. So.
Yeah.
And it still basically looks like Armada Red Alert. So mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
And you were worried about the amount of bullet points we had in the show notes. We're cruising through this.
Yeah. And I'm going to cruise through this one as well.
Uh-huh.
As I was telling Robin pre-show, I confused this for Square Enix. Color photos of Unix Square Combat Optimus Prime. I don't know what in the heck this is. What is this?
So we saw a prototype of this from one of the Japanese shows. I don't know. I can't keep up anymore. But it's an Optimus Prime figure, which gets around the moratorium on licensed toys transforming by not transforming, but you take it apart, add a few extra pieces, and reassemble it, and then it's a truck.
Oh, that just killed all of my interest. Right?
That's horrible.
But it looks really, really. I like the way it looks.
I don't.
Robot mode. In robot mode, scroll down. There's a vehicle mode.
I've
picture.
seen.
You won't like it
I've
anymore.
seen. I've seen. I was just trying to figure out how much engineering are they doing to get? Oh, okay.
I know it's nothing like it, but to me it looks like the Takara transforming pen that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
That's what it looks like to me.
Like sort of like anti-Dreamwave, because they always had like the waist and the legs thrusted out, but they were like
Yeah, I mean that's more of an anime trope that Dreamwave adopted, and that's why that still persists, because that's just kind of a thing in like the mecha space.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian, so I see what you mean. This does kind of resemble the Optimus Prime pen, except this is a Voyager size Optimus Prime pen, and it doesn't even write.
And it's $170.
I would love to have
isn't it?
I would love to have a Voyager sized pen.
I mean, then you'd have something to sign comically oversized checks with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what you need? You need a Voyager. That's a pen.
Okay.
The Starship Voyager. That's a pen. So there you have a Voyager size pen.
Oh.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
And then it's one of those click pens, but instead of clicking down on the top of it to get the tip to come out, you flip the warp engines up, and then the tip comes out.
And the tip looks like the
Delta Flyer.
Delta Flyer. Yeah. Just, I mean,
I'm moving on. This
let's
is
just go for the.
this is death. This is death. So Diecast isn't here to taunt. Diecast isn't here to taunt, unfortunately. But we have this convention exclusive Yolopark AMK Pro clear Optimus Prime that looks pretty awesome.
Can we taunt Don with it instead?
I mean, I wouldn't mind having that. But my luck with exclusives is like, oh hey, I got that MDLX G2 Megatron. I was able to score that. Now it's on clearance for $70. So it's like he's either not going to find it, or I'll find it later on for more than I paid for it.
Well, if you and Diecast both get it, at least it'll be cheaper for everyone else who wants it. At
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
So this is at Cybertron Con 2024.
Mhm.
It'll December 6th through 9th.
Mhm.
And it looks amazing. I hate that I like it. I'm not getting it, but it looks great.
And I'm well on record for being distrustful of large amounts of clear plastic. I wouldn't be as afraid with this because a model kit like this is already built structurally so that the joints and stuff are a little bit more robust so that they don't wear out with movement. So this is not using clear plastic entirely in a structural way, and it doesn't have to transform. So I would still be cautious with it, but I wouldn't be afraid that just having it exist in the world with me is going to make it shatter into millions of tiny little Optimus Prime pieces, like in the movie when he died and blew away in the wind.
What Chris is referencing, for those of you who haven't been around for 75 years in the fandom, is that people are misremembering that Optimus Prime turned to dust and blew away in Transformers the movie. That was a well-known Mandela effect like style, like false memory. Yeah, so didn't happen.
The world was a much stranger and more interesting place when we did not have theatrical movies released to home video within weeks of the end of their theatrical run, and sometimes it would take a year or more for something to come out on videotape, and then you had to pay either like $50 to $60 to purchase it, or pay like $5 to rent it for one night and watch it.
Yeah.
And then find a way to copy it.
Or like my original copy that I owned was like a third generation off of HBO.
Yeah, that was an option too.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's how we owned a copy of the Brady Bunch movie originally. My aunt taped it for us off of probably HBO at the time and mailed it to us.
Okay. Also death.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All Day Transformers. I love that name, All Day. Transformers Alpha Action Elite Wave 1. So this is what? More non-transforming...
It sure is.
Transformers. And these are like in quote scale with each other. So somebody they scaled them.
I assume they started out with Optimus Prime being about the size of a regular deluxe. And from there extrapolated outward how big everything else should be compared to that. Because I doubt they started by designing like Cliffjumper and Kickback and deciding, well, Optimus Prime should be like 3 times that height.
Yeah, I don't...
Probably just in scale with the Optimus Prime. And the other thing about these is that they're blind boxed.
Oh dear God, I hate blind boxed.
These essentially exist in the same space that blockies do, but where blockies all have like a uniform body type and they're all basically the same size within a category. These are varied, presumably all sold in the same size box for the same price, but like you have the odds of getting, a giant Optimus Prime or perhaps a tiny little Insecticon for that same money.
And I don't even like the way Kickback looks.
I don't like the way RC looks.
I don't either.
I'm at least happy that RC is like on model and her waist does not look like it came off of some pinup and is actually made of trapezoids like it should be.
Yeah, that part is good. You're right. I agree with that. It's the design of the head that I don't like. The face looks weird and the head shape just feels off.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, these kind of strike me as like a midpoint between the small Yolopark kits and blockies, and I'm just not sure about that.
I will say though, I think the Starscream looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Do we have a price on these?
Not that I'm aware of. Right now, these, as far as I know, are only being sold in China, but basically blockies started the same way, and we see how that's turned out. So I would imagine after the bubble that blockies is currently in, importers will be working to bring these out here, and we'll have more information about how to get them more easily, but probably at a little bit of a markup soon.
So they're also chase figures, an toy-inspired Optimus Prime, and a Sunstorm.
Yeah.
Sunstorm.
I mean, it's even properly orange. I hate this. I'm so angry.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's in clear plastic because again, this is probably going to hold up a little bit better than a transforming toy in clear plastic. But like, they put it in the right colors and everything, and the Starscream looked really good. And they just that's a chase figure too. This is the worst timeline. Don't they know it's Thanksgiving?
It does look like the eyes on this Optimus Prime are at least painted yellow from the picture. So
nice. So one more news item just popped up in the Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. Looks like we have from, I guess, Cybertron Con, another exclusive, which is Masterpiece Movie Brawl.
So Masterpiece Movie Brawl already exists. So this looks like it's the same kind of thing as the Studio Series 86 Optimus, where it's a special package version for Cybertron Con. I don't know if this is going to have like a sticker sheet to also look toy accurate, because I don't know what that would actually look like for a movie Masterpiece. But like it's probably still just the same basic toy in special packaging.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, actually, if you look at the side panel, it does say Cybertron Con 2024 there. So there you go.
Yeah, that's something. So let's jump to what we got this week. And Chris, do you want to go last? I'm assuming.
I mean, for on topic, I can go first.
Okay, go first.
I went to Ross today, and they actually had a couple of Twincast in stock this time. I had
Nice.
gone a week or so ago, and it was just a bunch of drab, boring Metal Hawks that I already own. You know, if the Legacy United version of Metal Hawk turns up at Ross at some point in the future for $15 or less, I'll totally rebuy that for the more vibrant colors. But yeah, I was able to pick up a Twincast today, so I have what is it, Eject now, albeit in clear plastic. So, like, while there is currently not on the horizon any release that looks like it's going to have an opaque Eject in it, now that I have bought this and accepted my fate of having the clear plastic one, I fully expect in the next few days we'll get some like leaked listing of a multi-pack that includes an opaque Eject in it. So you're welcome, everyone.
Eject
That's
is the blue one, Rewind is the black one.
Okay, then my problem is I'm
You got it
misremembering
backwards.
which color came with which.
There's
blaster.
no
Yeah.
ambiguity like with Rumble and
No,
Frenzy.
there's not.
Yeah.
No, the ambiguity is just that I remember Blaster coming with the black cassette, not the blue one. But I do realize and accept that I'm incorrect in that memory.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Matt, did you get anything?
Is G.I. Joe on topic?
No, we'll talk about that. Hey, patrons, people who aren't patrons yet, patreon.com/tfradio. Sign up, and you get the full What We Got This Week content. So we'll be talking about G.I. Joe in the ham sandwich portion of What We Got This Week. So, no. So any Transformers?
No.
Rob?
No Transformers.
Don?
Two things. Chris and I went out to the store formerly known as Dollar Tree, that's now $1.25, to get some craft supplies for Christmas. And the new 2025 Transformers promotional artwork clip art calendar is out.
I don't have that. I have last year's.
Yeah, so we went ahead and got this. It's mostly Transformers 1, obviously. There's a Earthspawn. Well, there's a generic Bumblebee that could be like from 4 different series, but mostly it's going to be your Transformers 1 characters. And I too went to Ross and I decided for $20 to get the Rise of the Beast Cheetor. Just they only had one, so I figured I may not see him again. There may be 40 there next time I go, and there was like 6 Metal Hawks there. So, I mean, for $15, that Metal Hawk is a good toy, but the new one is better looking.
Yeah.
And that's all I got this week for On Topic.
Okay, cool. I got one thing, I think. Yeah, I didn't get anything crazy stupid this week. I got the 2024 Transformers fan book from Japan.
Ah.
So these come out every year. It's kind of like just fun puzzles and crap. It's like a kid's sort of book. There's photos of toys and things. And it comes with there's like a maze that you can do. It's like a really nice version of like an activity book, I guess. But it came with an exclusive toy, which is the Shining Thunder Bumblebee, which I didn't open mine, but it is the core class Bumblebee from Buzzworthy Bumblebee.
Yeah, the original one that came with Spike, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for it's in clear plastic, like Shining Magnus. And I have very little interest in actually opening it, so I may not. So that's what I got this week.
The weird thing is most people who have imported that book import it for that little clear needs to drink more water Bumblebee.
That was my, when I bought it, I thought it wasn't coming with the book. I thought I was just getting the toy. And looking through the book, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. So, yeah, I kind of like the book more. So, yeah, that's what I got this week. let's jump to the off-topic portion of our what we got this week. Well, this is like the G.I. Joe week, I guess, of the ham sandwiches. So, Matt, Chris, I'm assuming you both got this. Did anybody else get it?
Well, remember when I said I would be dead last
Yes.
at some later point in the show? This is it, because I ordered mine through Hasbro Pulse, and they have delayed fulfillment twice, actually 3 times. So first they delayed it from the original ship date of the 25th of November, which was 2 days ago, mind you. They delayed it to December 2nd. Then the next day I got an email saying they had delayed it to December 16th. And then the day after that, I got another email saying they had delayed it to December 16th. I'm not sure why I got that one twice, but yeah, I'm going to be waiting a while because I decided to order it through Pulse so I could save $8 on postage.
Okay, Matt, why don't you tell me what you think about the Hiss Sky Striker set from Mega Constructs?
So I actually have it in hand and have assembled each. The Hiss is pretty tiny. It fits in the palm of your hand,
It's beautiful.
but it is absolutely beautiful. The treads work. They are rubber treads,
Oh,
and
that's-
it will roll along your table.
So,
And it will
nice.
eventually break, unfortunately.
so what was
I
the
mean, my Technodrome rubber treads are still holding up just fine, and I've had that for years.
what was
Okay,
the
hopefully.
what was the Mattel block line called in the 80s?
I do not know.
So I had whatever the Mattel line was called in the 80s. It had a tank, and it had rubber treads, and that was like one of my fondest memories was having that line and having the tank with the rubber treads. I love that. That's amazing.
So the Hiss has the Hiss tank driver and a Cobra Commander. The Cobra Commander has the back storage for his pistol. He just kind of hangs in the gun turret on top, like there's nothing underneath him. So I have him like gripped onto the cannon. It does have a little ball hitch on the back of it, so like there's nothing in the kit for a trailer, but I guess they future-proofed it in case these do well, because like I would love to have something for this to tow. The Sky Striker is absolutely beautiful. I am a little concerned about the white plastic on this because some of it is a little discolored right out of the bags. It does have geared wings, so they move in unison.
Ooh, neat.
It holds both Ace and Duke in the cockpit. Heavily armed, many missiles and bombs. I just absolutely love it. I think I'm probably going to get at least one more. And yeah, I really hope this continues because like this is how I collect G.I. Joe now. This is it for me. I've wanted this for years. Like because we've talked about the Mega Bloks figures for years, how great they are, and like I always wanted G.I. Joe ones. Like the Call of Duty ones I would buy. I was always like nitpicking like which ones passed the squint test where it could pass as a G.I. Joe character, and I'd get those. Now I don't have to. Like hopefully there are more.
Yeah, those Call of Duty figures were great proof of concept for that. Like, yeah, we could totally have G.I. Joe just like this.
So
Yes, and now we have at least 4 figures.
Yes.
Hooray.
I like that at least 2 of the figures. One of them is definitely a troop builder, but you could squint. You could say that one of the others is also a troop builder. He's more generic. So if you're buying multiples, you're going to wind up with like multiple Dukes and Cobra Commanders, but that's okay.
That's okay. I tried to talk Chris into buying another one because Ace's flight suit does pass the squint test to match Picard's spacesuit from Star Trek First Contact.
Oh, nice.
Yes, but remember, I responded that my Picard is otherwise occupied, wielding the power of Earl Greyskull.
Nice. Cool. Anything else, Matt?
No, I don't need anything.
You don't need anything
in my
else,
life
yeah.
besides G.I. Joe Mega Bloks this
Yeah.
week. No, like
Donald?
they are life.
Yes. One brief addendum following up from last week. I did have time to combine Tryon 3.
That looks really nice, Don.
This is the end result. He weighs.
Well, Don
2
says this is the end
pounds.
result. Actually, no, this is Patreon. So, like, you're fine.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, the vast majority of people will not see it, but
Right.
who cares?
But
It's the Patreon section.
Yeah. But also, I put it on my postal scale. He is 2 pounds and 2 ounces.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah. So
That's like basically a kilogram.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of metal in him. So very happy. Got it assembled. Shout out to Woltafa for his video. Could not have done it without him. Off topic. I picked up Cartoon Collection She-Ra.
Where'd you get it?
Locally. Target and Walmart had them in stock.
Oh, neat.
I have one pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. If I find it, I might cancel that pre-order.
They're $17.99 at the Walmart, so they are a little bit cheaper there, obviously. Found this today. Decided to get it because I really like this armor. It's classic Iron Man. It's the Secret Wars Tony Stark armor. It's
nice.
If it's Secret Wars, it's actually Rhodey's armor.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like it. It's my Iron Man, so I like it.
So is the shield thing lenticular?
Yes. So
Yes, it is.
now there is no reason we
Oh,
cannot
man.
get Visionaries. There is no reason. The technology exists.
Lenticular
Visionaries
and
have
hologram are not the
holofoil.
same thing.
No.
I know, but I'm just saying, if that's what it takes for me not to have holograms and have lenticular shields,
They could do holograms, Don. It's not expensive.
I know. Tell them that. They haven't done it yet.
Nobody wants them but you.
Well, then that's their problem.
Don, I need to interrupt for a moment.
Okay.
Behind you, too, I think you're right. Is that the stuffed alpaca?
Yes, that is Al. That was one of the first things I ever got Christy when we were dating. Behind him is the very first thing I got was a stuffed frog. His name is Ribbert. So yes, that is a stuff that's Al the alpaca.
Nice.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. While I was at Walmart today, I was checking out the electronics section for the collectibles. The RoboForce
I hate these.
the RoboForce Max Steel. The only the
They're
variant
awful
fire
looking.
suit. Well, they're also on clearance for $20 already.
It's not worth it.
So I just wanted to get one, try it out, see what it looked like. It's a nice design. I like the color, so I thought I would try one.
Where are the suction cup feet, Don?
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's not RoboForce if it doesn't have suction
there's-
cup feet.
Yes, if there's no suction cup base, something has gone wrong in the production process.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought I would, try that. And just, also all their sectors were marked down to 15. So that does not sort of bode well for Nacelle's Walmart partnership.
Mm.
So there's that.
Well, like I've said it before, they're doing really well at making lines where they miss the point.
That's great.
RoboForce doesn't have the suction cups, and it doesn't have the little bellow operated, flailing arms, which I just remembered as we were talking about it. You push a button on the back, and the arms were like little,
Yeah, wacky inflatable tube man.
basically. And the sectars do not have the super cool motorized bugs, which are also hand puppets for the figures to ride on.
Which,
What is even the point of sectars if you do not have that, the coolest idea in the entire line?
right, yeah. I was hoping eventually maybe the Cowboys of Moon Mesa would go to Walmart so they'd be a little bit easier. That just probably not looking good. The collectible toy store down in Greensboro had a big birthday sale going on. So I picked up a second of the original Shadow figures. Now I have one to open from the original movie. And then I also picked up a Diamond Select Rocketeer. Unfortunately, he does not include a pistol, but I'm sure I could find a Luger for him or something else for him to carry as well.
At least it's not Nacelle. He wouldn't have had the jetpack.
True. True. Picked up the only figure I plan on getting from this wave from the McFarlane Batman series. It's the Batgirl. I did pick her up, and if anyone needs the Maxi Zeus part, I have it on eBay. If you need it, let me know. I am not building Maxi Zeus.
Just seeing those legs sitting there by themselves looks so amusingly stupid.
I would prefer that's like in the bottom of the item or the toy. Because it looks like some sort of sex prop.
It looks more prominently placed in the package than Batgirl does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of had that with a Marvel Legends once. One of the Build-A-Figure pieces with maybe a I don't think it was a Jean Grey, but it was something along that line. It was like a very small female figure, and
They have a problem with that with the female figures because Wolfsbane did that with Zabu Part 2. But you're probably thinking of the Age of Apocalypse Gene with the Sugar Man parts.
yes, that's it exactly. That build figure part was vastly more prominent in the package, where they should have just sold it as, 30% of Sugar Man with the bonus Jean Grey. Anyway,
Yep. Target has sale going on their DC Universe figures. So I got Artemis Chuckamuck,
The hell?
Green Lantern.
Yeah, but
Green
like,
Lantern. Yeah, his name is Artemis Chuckamuck. And you get an optional face to form Green Man.
yeah.
So, again, it's
I think it's actually Arcus Chumuk. I think Don's adding some stuff to it.
Sorry.
I could be wrong, though.
No.
I'm a little rusty on Green Lantern.
Yeah. And the last two things I got.
He got the $6 million man's boss.
I got these because with the way Super 7 has been having issues of late completing lines and stuff even coming out, I decided to strike while the iron was hot. Entertainment Earth had them in stock. I had a discount code, so I have Hank the Ranger and Sheila the Thief from the Dungeons and Dragons animated series.
Nice.
And the cool thing is on the back, you get actual Dungeons and Dragons stats and
Character sheets.
Character sheets.
This is Super 7, Don?
Yeah, this is Super 7.
That looks really nice.
It is. The other two in the wave was one of the other minor characters that showed up once or twice, and the Shadow Demons, who I have absolutely no interest in. Will we see the rest of the group? I'm probably guessing no, but you never know. But also, the packaging is the roller coaster.
It is.
Yeah, so the roller coaster opening. So that's all I got off topic this week.
That's cool. And I have to explain my joke. The $6 million man's boss was a joke from the 40-year-old virgin, and my bosses.
This is patron content. This is full volume.
This is patron content, and so years ago, when I was introducing myself to my boss's boss, who's now a senior executive at my company, but he wasn't then. He was just a junior executive. I told him I collected toys, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Like Steve Carell in that movie. This was in front of like the entire team, like 40 people. Like Steve Carell in that movie, the 40-year-old, and then he just started trailing off because he realized what he was implying in front of like my boss and everything. It was hilarious. But that's one of my favorite jokes from that movie. Okay. Rob, what'd you get?
I got a few things. Got a new Sir Gaia order in. More art books, the usual there. I also got occasionally I've been getting like Ben Presto, like Crane Game prizes. They made a line of Gundam figures called Special Creative Model. It had a few spin-offs, including Diecast Creative Model and the Diecast Creative Zaku, which was like $10. It's a little bit bigger than MS in action, and it is it's got a diecast torso, thighs, and feet. Balances fairly well. Articulation almost as good as the extended MS in action Zaku, not quite.
Wow.
Interestingly, the weapons are almost, well, the Zaku machine gun is almost exactly the same size as the like inch shorter EMIA Zaku. The bazooka,
but that gun was pretty oversized on that figure.
Oh yeah, and the bazooka is actually smaller, which is just kind of funny. The other Gundam-based thing I got the they got the revival version Best Mecha Selection Gundam kit in at Sir Gaia. What that is it is the original, very blocky, very kind of awkward looking by modern standards 1/144 scale Gundam model, redone with modern entry grade technology. The original kit, and the instructions are really nice because in both English and Japanese, they give like a description of what the models were like back then. They came in one color. Turns out that like the first run of those came with a little ketchup packet of model glue to put the kit together with. But this being like entry grade quality, no glue needed, no paint needed, no anything needed. It is just all snapped together, and you can do it without tools. So, which is why I have some of those set aside for Elf on a Shelf Warmer this year, because like anybody can put one of those together with like no outside help.
I love that idea.
They make really good models when you're done too. Like I think it was Ed from our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, who's not watching now because he refuses to accept that RFC is a podcast instead of just being a place to hang out. But I bought Legacy Blitzwing from him a while back, and he put the America edition entry grade Gundam in the box with that, and like that is such a nice model for being like a $7 thing.
It is.
It's ridiculous how nice that is.
Yeah, it's, as far as I can tell, it's still the best of the bunch. I haven't built the Strike Gundam yet, but the new Gundam, not quite as solid as the RX-78. Pieces do tend to pop off a little more than I like.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, RX-78 is fantastic. This again, just it's clunky looking, but you know, I just really liked it, so I got that. It's I'm gonna put it together soon. And the last thing I got was the high grade model of Getter Robo from the latest series in Japan, Getter Robo Arc. And it's a nice looking kit. It's a high grade kit, so you know, decently sized but not huge. The box, however, is like twice the size I expected. It's like 14 inches across. It's, you know, it was like $20 on Surugaya, which for, you know, any super robot model kit at this point is pretty great, honestly. And just, yeah, it's the box is massive. So I'm going to be looking forward to messing with that at some point soon. I need to actually start on these at some point. So I have 3 stacks upstairs and 2 down here. I've got to do something. What I will probably do instead is keep buying them. I have a problem.
Yeah.
But that is what I've got this week.
Chris, you're still going last?
I mean, my going last is I'm not going to be able to go until the 16th or later.
Oh, I finally get the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
okay, sorry.
So, I got one more thing besides the Mega Constructs Sky Striker Cobra Hiss set. I got my first AFA graded toy, which is, we talked about this last week. Matt brought it up, the V2 Bat. And so we all remember the Simpsons thing where Barney drinks alcohol. He goes from being sober to like being a drunk.
It begins.
I feel that I've made a horrible, horrible, horrible mistake. So, one, I love G.I. Joe, specifically A Real American Hero. And I love carded, sealed toys. But carded toys, especially G.I. Joe, they don't store well. They don't display well. Like, I'll get like hard plastic containers to put them in and on the wall, but, you know, it's just something looks off about them. Like, oh man, how, like, this is in very nice shape. It's graded in 85, but it's affixed to the case, so it doesn't jiggle around. It's not loose. It displays really well. And I can just stand it up and put it on my shelf. Now, I don't think I'm going to be buying a ton of these. One, because it wasn't super cheap. But also...
Now, everybody remember what he just said.
I'm not going to be buying many, or that it wasn't super cheap. Okay. No, like, I figure, like, I will probably buy the V3 Snake Eyes. Like, mostly, like, the stuff around the Battle Core, like, that era. Like, early 90s stuff. Maybe...
Beginning of the Neon era.
Yeah. Like, that's the stuff I'm mostly interested in. Like, again, V3 Snake Eyes, or...
Was that V3 or V4? I can't remember. I had it, but
V3.
I can't remember how many there were before.
It's V3.
The blue one with the orange goggles?
Yeah, it's V3. And, like, maybe, like, Metalhead and some of the Ninja Force, something like, stuff like that. But, like, yeah, I can't imagine myself going too deep into this, but, like, I do feel like I've made a horrible mistake, and I really, really do like it, so...
So, Rusty says, wasn't it last episode where Brian said he didn't need the boxes to be perfect?
Very true. That is very true. When I have something that is on the shelf, that's open. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this isn't perfect. But I also know that it's genuine. And part of the reason that like the boxes don't have to be perfect is because, again, that patina, it's aged.
Mhm.
I know that it's genuine. But I also know that this has been verified as genuine. So I think that I think I can justify it that way. I'm rationalizing it.
I think in particular, me, you, and John have had the conversation at least a couple of times already that like also the wear on the box kind of just it tells the story of the toy's existence. Like having a price sheet or a price sticker on there, maybe even like a clearance sticker over it if you're
Yeah.
lucky. Like, you know, those little kind of imperfections on there, it adds to the toy, and that's the kind of it doesn't have to be perfect. I think we're talking about more than you know, encasing it in acrylic forever so nothing can possibly happen to
Yeah.
it again.
Like the story of this one, it was either new old stock or some nerd threw it like in a comic long box and then just stacked them onto each other, knowing that eventually they would sell them for at a profit. That's the story for these. So it doesn't have the story that like something like what Chris was talking about has, but like it also looks great.
Yeah.
So
I'm always
and
torn
then-
on the price sticker thing because you know, it's nice to have it as a piece of history, but also it's like if I had been in the right place at the right time, I should have
Yes.
gotten this for this.
yes, yes.
Well, yeah.
Imagine how I feel, Rob, every day.
yeah.
Because I work at KB and K&K Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So remember, ham sandwiches are part of our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. Besides ham sandwiches, you get the podcast, Radio Free Cybertron, ad-free, a day early, and at a higher bit rate. If Don drops a heavy swear, we'll have an unedited version on the show or on the Patreon. You get
We all pray for the day we have a new meltdown. I'm just telling you.
I know.
We've been waiting for that for 10 years.
I know. You get a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast. You get, if you're connected to our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord, you get a fancy color. There Goes My Money. You get that a week early. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on There Goes My Money. And Touch patrons are mentioned on the show each week and listed at tfradio.net/credits, which I'm going to do right now. Kevin Dorsey, thank you. Daniel Scott, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Emmett Stresovich, Hector Bones, Jay Klein Rye, Joey Russell, Here's Why It's Cool, Rabbits, Ryan Bona, Sean Hamilton, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Trickster, Nathan's Fast Talk Food Reviews, and Mollusk Koenig. Thank you all so much. And if you want to be listed with these esteemed people, go to patreon.com/tfradio and sign up at the Touch tier.
And remember to peer pressure Brian for the life-size Headmaster Don cardboard cutouts.
That's pre-show material that you need to go back and listen to.
Mhm.
Okay. You can find every episode of Radio Free Cybertron, except for one that I lost decades ago, going back 25 years.
I hate that it literally can be decades, plural, ago at this
Decades. We're in our third decade.
point.
Decades ago at tfradio.net. Again, our Discord is at tfradio.net/Discord. We're on Twitter at tfradio. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/tfradio. We are at Instagram at tfpodcast. And you can go leave a review on iTunes, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music. We're all over the place. You can find me personally at Brian Kilby and at kilby.bsky.social. I think I have Threads as well, but I don't use it. Diecast not here this week. He's at Diecast2 basically everywhere. John DeLuna not here. He is at that John D everywhere except for eBay where he's Cloudburst and he's selling a bunch of stuff. You should check that out. Rob Springer not here. He is at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter, at zonebase.org, and at zonebase.bsky.social. Don's leaving us, so he's going to get his plugs out of the way, then he's going to drop.
Yeah, I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. I can be reached on Blue Sky at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.bluesky.social. I also have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/donlist.
Cool. Okay, we'll see you later, Don.
Yeah,
Happy
have a good-
Thanksgiving,
Take
Don.
care, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Matt.
Melvar.bsky.social. That's with 3 L's and 2 R's.
Cool. Rob?
robflails.bsky.social. That's vaguely connected to Flailthroughs, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@flailthroughs. Still covering Gundam games. The final episode for now of Gundam Breaker 4 goes up this tomorrow, this coming Thursday, the 28th, Thanksgiving. I think I have accurately described the state now. But also, yeah, Gundam Breaker 4 is turning up on sale places now for people who are looking. On the Steam sale, it's like $48. It's been showing up as a physical copy for $30 on various platforms. Recommend it. It's a lot of fun to mess around
Wait,
with.
there's a physical version of it? I thought it was download only.
No, there is a physical version of it. I have the collector's version that pre-sold out like within days of the game being announced.
Wow.
I guess I just assumed that came with like, a download code for the game, like a lot of the collector's editions do these days.
Yeah, but no, there is a physical version of Gundam Breaker 4, and it is out there.
Wow.
But Gundam Battle Operation 2 this week is adding on PSN the Violent Custom Unit 2. On Steam, it's adding Burning Gundam. And yeah, if you want to keep track of that, check me out on YouTube. If you want to support my channel, patreon.com/flailthroughs. I am going to be reworking the Patreon at the beginning of the year. Details are on there for patrons. And if you just feel like getting me something, which I maybe don't understand, but definitely appreciate, tfradio.net/claylist, which is my Amazon wish list.
Cool. Chris?
I'm also on Blue Sky at ChrisRTXV. My website is playwithphotography.com. Haven't updated in a while, but that's because my photo studio is literally buried right now. Which kind of sucks because I really had the itch to be like just, getting the camera out and doing some stuff, but I just do not have a good environment to be taking pictures against right now, which is really making me feel bad in my brain. That aside, I'm also in our Discord all the time, tfradio.net/Discord. Great group. Come hang out with us. And I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/ChrisList. There's various different kinds of things on there if you want to just like throw some material kindness my way. It's always appreciated, even if, like Rob, I don't always understand why someone is motivated to do that, but like it certainly doesn't make it unwelcome or make me feel any less thankful for it. So, that's always there as an option if you are so inclined.
Cool. Hey, also, I'm going to make a correction for our Patreon content. Even though most of the people listening to this aren't patrons, but you should be. Patreon.com/tfradio. Matt was right. It was V4. V3 was the one that had the fixed-in blades on his chest. We will see you next week.
Blade Raider said earlier you could have had the V8.
We'll see you next
Eventually,
week.
you're going to stop questioning me, Brian.
I'm editing all that out. We'll see you next week. Bye. Okay.
Recording stopped.
Okay. Yeah, I'm literally just editing it out. We'll see you next week. Just make it clear. Okay. So, hey. People watching live, I'm going to slowly, because I have more streams to kill, I'm going to kill them more slowly. But, we have Thanksgiving to prep for. So, I'm going to say goodbye first to Twitch. Goodbye, Twitch. We love you, Twitch. Goodbye. YouTube. You're okay, I guess. I'm still just not a fan of YouTube, but, goodbye, YouTube. We'll see you. We love our people.
YouTube makes it harder and harder all the time.
Yeah. Let's